Welcome to another thrilling episode of the Postmodern Polymath Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Lyman is jerking off. I guess. I don't know.
Not on me.
Well, no. With me this week is Amy Kuehl. I've been mispronouncing it the entire time.
Yeah, well.
Of course, she is the co-host of the Ginger Snaps podcast. Why don't you go ahead and just give a brief blurb about that, even though you've been on here 100 times?
Um, let's see. The podcast is about politics, science, skepticism, atheism, religion, shitty people, all through the lens of two very queer individuals and trans.
There you go.
It only took me a year and a half to figure that byline out. Not byline. Yeah, whatever it's called in the broadcasting world.
Meth is a hell of a drug, Amy.
I prefer cocaine. It's natural.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It's natural.
Cocaine is not natural.
It comes from coca plants. It's natural.
Coca plants are cocaine.
Meth is just all chemicals.
Yeah, well, technically everything's natural. If it's anyway, whatever. We're not going to get mansplaining.
Actually, everything is natural if it exists in the world, and everything technically is a chemical.
Exactly. All right, so at first I was going to do this, this whole thing with all the news being shit. But then Amy, being the positive one, which I don't think it would be, because everybody knows how positive I am, say, you know what? Let's do something positive. So the topic of tonight's show is going to be things that you can do while you're quarantined or otherwise.
Social distancing, yeah.
Yeah, you're at home. Now, for people who are introverts, this is a no-brainer. Okay.
Yeah, we've been training for this all of our lives. Suddenly, my social anxiety and slight agoraphobia is a positive thing instead of a negative thing, right?
Yeah, basically. I have seen a meme that says, watch out for your extrovert friends. So talk to them if they need to talk,
Tell them to hug a pillow like the rest of us sane people.
Really? So, no, but they want to Skype or something or whatever kids are doing nowadays.
Are kids using Skype?
No, kids don't.
I don't even use Skype.
I haven't used Skype in years.
I use what the kids use, Discord.
Oh, do you use Discord?
I use Discord.
Oh, I never got into that.
That's because you're old.
Yeah, because I'm old, I guess. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about stuff you can do inside. Now, my issue, of course, is that I don't do much anyway, so...
Well, here's your opportunity to not shine. You can start doing things, Chris, because this coronavirus thing is really shitty, right? You can't even go to the fucking store. God, I want a beer. Oh,
they close the liquor stores now?
No, I can't drink. Last week, starting Thursday, I had severe abdominal pain. I think it's related to an ulcer. It kept me floored and hungry for 4 days. I just laid on the couch or in my bed just going, oh God, make it stop. And I couldn't eat. Every time I tried to eat, I threw up, and then I threw up bile. It was great. I can handle a lot of pain. So if it's pain that's keeping me in bed, it's extreme pain. So I'm going to have a moratorium on drinking for at least a little while until I feel 100%.
Okay, so let me throw this out there. I had been going through something similar when I was in my 30s, and it turned out my gallbladder was fucked up.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's what it is.
So it might be that. I'm just throwing it out there.
I know. It might be that, and that's why I'll keep an eye on it. But I did have an ulcer in my 20s.
Here we go. That was weird.
You froze.
Woo! Okay, I don't know.
Hey, welcome, CIA. How have you been?
My internet's acting wonky.
That's because everybody's on Pornhub across the nation right now.
It actually may not be. No, in Italy, the premium is free, apparently.
Everybody who's got a VPN.
Exactly. That's what I said.
No, so yeah, I can't. I don't want to drink. I had an ulcer before, so I'm going to Occam's Razor there. In the previous,
Oh, okay. I
the
didn't know
yeah. Well, I don't. It's not something you talk about
that. Yeah.
just with your friends. You're just like, hey, once upon a time, my stomach was bleeding and it hurt really bad, and sometimes I would like shit blood. It's really fun.
Oh, that's an ulcer. Yes, definitely.
Um, but anyways, yeah, coronavirus crazy, right? We had to we did not do the crazy stock up thing. We kind of ignored it and we thought it was just an internet thing until we had to buy toilet paper this week. Oh my god.
Oh God.
There was none. So we
First of all, let me the
oh, it's
official
a good one.
beer.
That's a good one.
The official beer of the show, Lagunitas Imperial
Uh,
Stout. Only
uh,
$5 for a bomber. This is the best deal you're ever gonna get.
oh, it's such a good beer too. It tastes good.
I got a whole case of this once. I might need a whole case actually.
That's really good.
Oh, I
Uh,
forgot. I'm not trying to tease you or
yeah,
anything.
you are teasing me. I'm just gonna have to say
Oh
fuck you,
yeah.
Chris.
Oh
Fuck you.
yeah. Okay, I'll stop.
You can suck my dick too. It's all right.
Moving on.
Well, what's great is like I like to do things inside anyways, but some of the things going around on the internet, especially in Italy, right? Where the whole fucking country is closed down, is like communities are coming together and they're like doing things separately, like singing on the balconies or playing
I saw
instruments in the
that. That's
balcony.
very interesting. Yeah.
It's very cool, right? Because apocalyptic movies and post-apocalyptic movies would have you believe that we're all supposed to be killing each other right now for the last bottle of water.
Well, I think that a lot of that shit's based on America. To be honest with you,
I don't think that even happens in America.
depends where you are. I think.
Well, if you're in a Christian conservative state, that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, that's the worst ones too. That's going to be the worst ones. Is like Tennessee and shit.
Yeah, we were talking about that. All these Christians love thy neighbor until they have to share their toilet paper.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I will say regarding this whole thing is the toilet paper. I
I
can't.
don't I don't understand it. But anyways, happier subjects. So, what are some things that you do with your friends, Christopher? And you're going to have to pretend here that you have friends
Okay.
and that you're social. So, I need you to put your little thinking cap on. Some of the
little.
things that you do with your friends in real life that you can just simply use technology to do separately now. What do you think?
Well, okay, so I already do that stuff anyway, though. I mean, I don't do Facebook Live like I used to, but I mean, I interact. Facebook is like my main.
You
My
see,
main.
you're thinking too slim. Like, right? You go to like atheists in the pub, right?
Oh yeah, well that was my next thing. Yeah, I had to cancel it though for obvious
Right, but
reasons.
you can't do that. But everybody's got webcams.
Yeah,
Everybody's got cameras.
somebody actually suggested something like that.
There you go. See, you
So
could still interact with human beings without interacting with human beings.
I might do. I might actually try. So you have to bring your own beer, obviously, but you know,
Well, I mean, it'd be kind of hard to like serve the beer through the camera.
you don't know my life. You know,
You don't know what I can do.
you don't know my magic powers. So
Magic
yeah,
is-
that might be actually. Somebody brought that up actually, so that might be an idea. Of course, now I've just seen Netflix is making it where you can sync movies so you can watch it with people,
Watch parties. Yeah.
which I thought was interesting.
That's a really cool deal, too. I mean, that would be. I don't know if I want to watch a movie with like
Yeah,
people.
I don't get that. I personally don't understand the appeal, but people like to do that. So I mean,
I don't understand. Netflix is for like when you're home alone with chocolate, or when you're on that fourth date, third date, sometimes first date, and you want to fuck. It's code for, hey, you want to watch a movie?
Well, it was code until you ruined the whole fucking thing.
What
Netflix and chill.
was it a secret?
No, but still, some things are better left unsaid, Amy. Jesus God.
No, they're not.
Okay, well maybe not. But yeah, so that's another thing.
And try to incorporate what you've done outside normally into a online experience.
I don't. That's like the only thing I think I do outside.
Chris, you need a life.
Well, I have a life. It's just cats. That's the thing. I have cats.
Well, they can't get COVID-19.
Well,
So you can pet your pussy all you want.
Well, I do pet
Cats.
the pussy, but that's
Cats.
not the issue. But usually I'll just sit and get drunk and watch like Netflix or Amazon Prime or something like that.
You're almost as boring as I am.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not. I mean, I have been. I mean, I have been reading. I was reading a lot of Hp Lovecraft for some reason. I don't know.
Do you have a favorite story from Hp Lovecraft?
Uh, Not really. I don't think I'm enough into it to have a favorite story per se.
I think mine was. I think it's called The Music of Eric Zahn or Eric Zimmer, something like that. It's a really good story.
Yeah, there was a movie that came out not too long ago called The Color of. I forgot the fucking name of it now. The Colors of something or another. But anyway, it was aliens come down and possesses these people, and they're just colors. You don't actually ever see anybody. They're just colors or whatever. And Nicolas Cage is in it. I read the story just to make sure I got the idea.
Well, Nicolas Cage is in it, and
It's
he's
so he's good at.
he's never made a bad movie.
I I would argue against that, but okay.
Well, we'd also need to define dry sarcasm, but you should know me better than this.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's true. uh, Left Behind was questionable choice.
Left Behind was a shit fucking movie. Come on, that movie was such shit.
But he was good in this because he was his full-on cheesy self. You know, the good cheesy.
I think the best role for Nicolas Cage was Con Air, and as bad as it was, he did well in Ghost Rider.
I liked Raising Arizona.
Yeah, and it's a classic.
And not many kids nowadays might even know what that is.
What Arizona is?
Raising
Well,
Arizona.
Arizona is a crazy conservative state.
All right. Smart ass. That's where all the snowbirds go, basically.
It's where the old people go to die.
Yeah.
They either go to Florida. Or Arizona.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, it was interesting. It was definitely something different because I've been looking for. It's funny, not many movies are based on H.P. Lovecraft novels or stories.
They come out bad all the time because I don't know anybody who's done it well. There's a lot of Lovecraftian type of stories that have come out well. None that I can think of off the top of my head.
There's a lot. I just know there's a lot. Bigly.
There's at least one, I'm sure. There was a game on the Nintendo GameCube that was very Lovecraftian. It was called shit. I just had it a minute ago. Fuck.
Did you just say GameCube?
Yeah, GameCube. Darkness Falls.
Nobody knows what that is.
You know what? You don't know what it is because you're not cool.
I vaguely know what it is, but I never had one. But kids nowadays can't even work a goddamn cassette player, much less a.
I would argue kids know what GameCube is more often than they don't, because it's
what
titles of the cool kids, the ones in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, okay, if you say so. When did it come out?
90 something, 2000 something. It's very Lovecraftian though.
Yeah.
It was really good game.
Okay, well,
it was Lovecraftian.
That seems like a video game would be a better milieu for Lovecraftian stuff. Movie was just so it'd have to be so fucking bizarre. I guess it's just hard to. That seems like something that'll be better for like a B movie. Not really.
I don't think many people want to take the challenge of trying to translate H.P. Lovecraft. He's not really that popular.
Well, he's increased in popularity within the last.
Yeah, that's because we've gotten weirder as a human race.
Yeah, well, that's one way to put it.
I mean, parts of the guy with the fist, that was played by Ron Perlman, that was remade, that was shit.
Hellboy.
That's it. Parts of Hellboy are kind of Lovecraftian.
That was a cool movie. The first one. I hadn't seen the remake.
It's awful. I couldn't. Oh, it's so awful. Look, you just can't beat Ron Perlman. in anything. If he's done it, then you can't redo it because he's done it that well.
Okay, well, fair enough. So we're talking about Lovecraft. So you can read books. I would uh, be neglectful if I didn't mention, like I said, well, we said off air that some book libraries are offering, excuse me, other libraries for free online or some shit, which I'm like, okay, you can do that anyway, I guess. But I mean, that's illegal, illegally, or shadily, or gray market. I don't know.
Well, hmm. Well, my library, the library I belong to, has always had a certain selection of audiobooks that were free, and it's a pretty
Yeah,
good selection.
well, library here, I get audiobook. I mean, what's MP3, but that I download off Overdrive all the time, and so they got pretty decent selection.
Hmm.
And I've even gotten requested them buy books, and they've gotten several of those, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, if you can't find it that way, then there's other ways you can find stuff. I mean, I wouldn't encourage anybody to do anything illegal. I mean, you can use BitTorrent, totally legal software, totally legal. What you do with the software is your own. I can't tell you what to do with it. I'm just saying there are certain things out there that may be of questionable legality that might fit the bill.
It's funny because I think kids would be more apt to know what a GameCube is rather than torrenting. I think that's pretty much.
Well, I actually heard about. We were having a discussion somewhere on Facebook, and like kids are like, no, it was a meme or something. Like kids are like they can't find it to watch like streaming online to pay for, so they're like, I don't know where to find it. Have you never heard of torrenting, you idiot? I mean, it's like they're wanting to pay for it. Back in my day, you didn't have a choice. You had to fucking do it because you couldn't find it anywhere.
Torrenting's a lot faster now too with the better internet.
Yeah.
It goes a lot faster.
I mean, I watched Westworld last night.
Use a VPN.
Duh. I already got busted 4 times before that. I'm like, I ain't doing that again. Because it happened, the first time it ever happened was just before I moved. And then after that, it was 2 more times. I'm like, I don't know what happened because I never had a problem before. All of a sudden, they were just, I guess they were cracking down. I don't know what the hell was happening. And one was Escape from New York. I'm like, really? You're cracking down? No, it was LA. It wasn't even the good one. It was Escape from LA. That's not even good. And you're fucking with me on Escape from LA? Are you serious right now? Kurt
Hmm.
Russell's like 115. He'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
It is a victimless crime. Don't let them lie to you, kids.
Oh,
Hollywood has
yeah.
enough money. It's a capitalist lie. It's okay.
That's
It's okay.
bullshit.
But then
Yeah.
again, we're not gonna advocate for anybody to violate copyright and violate infringement.
Oh no, 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 no.
That would be no. We're being what's called sarcastic and funny.
Wink, wink. Anyway, so you can find. I found movies. I found books, audiobooks, music. Just about any medium you can think of. Now, of course, the rarer it is, the more difficult it is to find. But
And if you if you like books or stories or being read stories or like want something cool for your kids, there's a lot of famous people on YouTube who read popular kids stories. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel, um, but they actually read popular kids stories uh, to your children via YouTube. It's kind of cool. That
that I
too. Yeah, you didn't know?
didn't know that. And
Well,
YouTube is also, now that you bring up YouTube, that's a wealth of entertainment right there. And let me tell you,
I'm
the,
on YouTube.
yeah, I bet you are.
I am.
You sure it's
Wait,
on YouTube or you porn? Which one are we talking about here?
YouTube.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I wouldn't want you watching porn while we're doing this reputable podcast.
Yeah. Whew. When I think Chris Watson, I think reputable.
Yeah, you should.
Um,
Uh, no, but like there are audiobooks actually on YouTube that they just play
hmm
or whatever. So I mean, you don't even have to. It's a lot of the most. I don't know. They bust some of them, but a lot of times,
they stay on there forever.
yeah, it depends. Now, if it's don't try to put straight up fucking like music. Now they're just cracking down like a motherfucker. I can't even do Facebook Live now or Facebook karaoke anymore like I used to because that was such a big hit. Um, you know.
God, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. I was trying to find the name of that YouTube series. Uh, um, I'm sure if you Google it, it'll just come up. But I wanted to be like cool and have the.
You have
But what? You hit your camera. Oh, I'm gonna be.
no,
It's
it's
an
this
earthquake.
goddamn cat.
It's an earthquake, like in Salt Lake.
Yeah, this okay, so the problem is this lid on this laptop is so flimsy. If you just touch it, it fucking vibrates. So I guess I need like a stand for my camera, maybe.
If you just touch it, it vibrates, huh? Sounds like
Yes,
my kind of
it's
thing.
very sensitive, very sensitive.
Yeah, sounds like my kind of thing.
I bet it does. So yeah, YouTube has a wealth of entertainment.
Well, I mean, millennials think outside the box, right? When it comes to entertainment, YouTube, stuff like that, because these people in their 30s and their late 20s, they're used to the streaming stuff and the YouTubes and the stuff like that.
Well, I was in on the ground floor when it started out, and I was 30 something. That was in the very beginning. I got a thing when it was just starting out. It was very experimental
Mm-hmm.
before
Yeah.
smart TVs or anything, and I had this cheap ass streaming box that barely worked because it was so new. The technology it didn't work.
I remember when YouTube was new, and I watched Red versus Blue.
You got what?
Red versus Blue.
What's that?
It was a fucking YouTube series back in the day.
Well, I don't know what that means.
That's because you're not a cool kid.
Well,
It's the name of the show, Red versus Blue. It's put out by Rooster Teeth.
well, okay.
It took place in the Halo universe. It was great.
I never played that.
Do you play any video games?
No, I don't do video games.
Why not?
I mean, every once in a while I'll play like fantasy RPG stuff, but I never got. PlayStation was the last time I played games, and that was
Holy shit,
dude. I don't. I'm sorry.
that was a long time ago.
Maybe we should have a brief break. Is dude gender neutral? I don't.
It is and it isn't. It depends on the person, but I mean, if you're in a public setting, when I was growing up, it was definitely a gender neutral term. It was taken that way, but it does bother some people. So it's something I'm trying to unlearn because I often say guys and dude in a room full of women as a gender neutral term, and most people I know don't mind, but that doesn't mean anything. It's something that we should unlearn and not use that as a genderless term. Dude.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude.
That's fair. That's fair.
Dude.
I was just curious because that came up in something. Because I saw actually, some a friend of mine posted a meme and it just got me thinking. I wouldn't do it just because why even? I mean, unless of course, you're a PC and a snowflake.
I am a PC snowflake.
I mean,
so some good alternatives to dude. Mate, folks, peeps. Friend, pal, buddy.
what? Buddy? Is that what you said?
Buddy, guy. Don't call me buddy, pal. Oh, come on. There's got to be better ones than that. Alternatives. There's got to be. Like, I prefer comrade.
I like comrade. I'm down with comrade.
Is hello, comrades. I can't tell.
That's what this show is all about, man.
I can't.
forgot to say that in the beginning. Actually, I keep forgetting the brand I have now, and it escapes my mind. We're supposed to be like fake communists.
Oh, are you?
Well, yeah, the postmodern. Have you not seen the whole Russian communist look at? You don't even care. You don't even look. You don't pay attention. Amy. Jesus Christ.
I just never made the connection. Communism is such a norm to me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm very proud of you. 40 general neutral alternatives to dude. You ready? Here's one of your favorites too, by the way.
Okay.
It starts with you. I don't like that. Hey, you.
You no, that's very. That's
I
just
don't like
shitty.
that. Y'all,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
yints.
Nope. That's Pittsburgh. Nope.
I don't know that one. Everybody, friends, people, peeps, folks, humans. I use humans a lot. Chums, pals, cohorts. Hello, my cohorts.
I don't know about cohort. That's
Uh,
not gonna.
I think it's pretty safe to use gang if you're white. Crew, squad, pack, posse, colleagues, peers, team, teammates. Hey, team.
No.
Mates, companions, compatriots, associates, confidants, confederates. Don't use confederates fucking ever.
No. Nope. I don't want to hear that word ever.
Consorts, conjugates, crowd, throng, horde. There, use horde. Hello, my horde. That's fucking awesome. Or brood. That's even better.
Brood. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Covey, Catre, plebs, band, lot, kit, and mortals. Hello, my mortals. Comrades, my mortal comrades.
Sorry.
Did you forget where you were?
No, the cats were. These cats. Incidentally, a brief update on the old shoulder situation. It seems to be strengthening slowly, but it's still a ways to go.
He's still doing PT.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
god.
worried. Well, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I'm doing exercises out of because I want the at work and shit because I want this shit over with.
It's gonna take a while there, Chris. You
Oh.
done fucked up shit.
No, the cat fucks shit up.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Just go with it. Go with it.
I'm going with
Can't
it.
you support me? Can't you support
I do
me?
support you. Just not your cat, your evil cat.
No, she's super sweet. Actually, I think it was a combination of the treads not being on my shoes and like no tread. The slick laminate floor and cat litter.
So what you're saying is you broke your shoulder because you have no soul. Some of the other things that you can do is you could play video games with your friends, or even play board games with your friends, or card games with your friends. Again, with said technology that we all have, it's more than just a porn box. I know you know this, Chris.
Well, back in the day, it was basically that's all it was.
The internet is for porn.
Music.
The internet is for porn. Just grab your dick and double click for porn.
I like that. That's kind of a music. That could be a musical number.
It is a musical. It's directly from a musical, Avenue Q.
Is it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Look up Avenue Q.
Huh.
I probably sang too much. You're now gonna get demonetized on this video. Well, fuck.
Nobody pays attention to shit. I bet you if I sung 2 bars from Metallica, it'd get flagged. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, but those guys are greedy, ugly, stupid cunt babies.
God, that makes me so mad.
They started this whole thing. Metallica used to be cool. You're not cool. You haven't been cool since 91. 89. 89. You haven't been cool since 89.
Yeah. Napster and shit. What the fuck is happening?
Cats are fighting. My cat has made herself the dominant animal in the house. My dad has a dog and a cat, and his cat is old and skinny, and she thinks she's a badass, and my cat just stares at her and just like punches her once, and she runs off. But she makes a lot of noise beforehand, and the dog actually leaves the room when my cat's in the room. It's really funny. Bunch of cowardly. The dog. I was sick. This weekend I was sick, and my cat didn't leave my side because she's sweet like that. I was laying in the bed, trying to take a nap, and my cat was on my feet, and the door was open, which I usually close my door. And the dog tried to come in my room, and the cat bounded off the bed like full force. Attack cat straight at the dog, started slapping the shit out of her till she got out of the room, and then just stood there going, "Ugh," while the dog yipped away. It's
Oh,
awesome.
sweet pussy.
She's a good cat. She will kill you
I'm sure. No, yeah.
if I tell her to.
Wow. One of my cats is basically middle aged. Is a me. Is a cat me. She just lays around and she's sweet, but she just lays around and doesn't do shit. The other one scratches up furniture and trips me up and tries to kill me. So, but she's sweet.
So a normal cat.
Yeah, just a normal cat.
One's a lazy cat, the other's a normal cat.
I don't know about that. She's just still young. It's probably part of the problem.
God, how many games can you play online with your friends now?
I don't
So
know.
many, so many. You don't even have to like deal with the 12-year-old swearing at you and calling you an F word and your mother's fat and stuff like that.
Yeah, wasn't that? Is that not still a thing, or has
Oh,
that
it's
been?
totally still a thing.
Okay, well, I was gonna say.
You just stay away from those games or host your own private server. That's what I do. I have my own Minecraft server for my friends and my followers.
Okay. Don't you? Yeah, you don't you do
Yeah, I do Twitch.
Twitch? I don't get it. Twitch is like a you watch people play games. Is that
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, you watch people play video games.
So I did that once when my friend we used to get because I'm never any good at these it was a one person shooter where you find stuff and stuff.
Yeah, first person shooter. Yeah, okay.
But back in the day when there wasn't any internet, it was on the PlayStation. You didn't have all that fancy shit
Hmm.
where you could talk to people. But we used to get stoned and drink a shit ton of cheap beer, and he would play the game. And I'm like, hey, dude, hey man, were you just there? Hey man, I think that's where that secret thing is.
Oh God, I wish I could remember the name of the game so I could get it in my head.
Oh, it was Dark Forces. It was a Star Wars thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
People watch me play video games. Why? Because it's fucking entertaining.
okay, I mean,
My
I'll have
my
to do it
okay, so
once.
so no, a lot of people don't get it, right? They don't understand why people want to watch people do let's plays. Is the general term for them, right? Watching other people play video games. Um, and my dad, who is 66, and he also was like, "Why the hell do you want to watch people play video games? That can't be interesting." And so I made him watch. I made him watch let's plays with me. And now he'll just walk in the house after work and he's like, hey, he calls one of the channels we watch The Boys because it's mainly just guys. And he's like, hey, have The Boys put out a new video? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, can we watch that, please? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, we can watch some Let's
Well,
Plays.
first of all, The Boys is really weird. You should say that. That's the name of a Amazon Prime series I'm watching right now, which everybody
Yeah, I
should watch.
started to watch that and I couldn't anymore.
Was it triggering or something?
Yeah, there's some rapey scenes in there and I couldn't
Yeah. Okay, that's what I figured.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean
Hmm.
it's a little harsh. It's kind of dark. But
It is
anyway,
it is very dark. It's just that one thing is really kind of on the surface sometimes with me. So yeah, people like to watch this thing because it's just another form of entertainment. It's like when your dad's like, turn down that damn music. It's not really rock and roll, you know? When I was a kid, we listened to real music. It's just that shit. It's The Simpsons. I used to know what it was, and one day you'll still think you know what it is, and it won't be it, or whatever Grandpa Simpson said to Homer. Something like that.
that show's been on for like 25 years. You know that?
It predicted the future. It's kind
That
of
is
creepy.
weird.
If we should, if we should worship anything religiously, I think it might be The Simpsons. It's been more accurate than the Bible.
Anything's more accurate than the Bible. I
Just,
don't think that's a
just
high
saying.
bar.
Just saying. Yeah, no, and I do that, and I have people watch me, and they talk to me, and I play with them off camera. We have a server, and everybody comes, and
Okay.
we kill
Well,
things. We build things. We kill things.
I know Jeff Prebig, who does the
Mm-hmm.
Extra Life. He plays games for that's what He does. He plays games for like charity.
Hmm.
This,
Yeah, that's what Extra Life is. Yeah.
yeah, Extra Life or whatever. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
I wish
pretty
I was.
interesting.
I wish I was famous enough to be able to do charity. I'm just charity right now. Please send me money.
Okay.
I'm very
Well,
close to having a job. I'm really hoping this COVID thing's going to break out, and I'm going to get a job in the service industry.
this. Well, we're not going to get into that because we're doing positive, I guess. So,
We're doing anything but the fucking election, fucking Biden, and
I know.
COVID-19. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, go check out and just off the top of my head, it's Preebs FTK. I think that's his Twitch, and yours is
The the name that's take off the
oh PRNCISSAMY,
Princess Amy.
which
It's
vaguely spells Princess Amy.
it does. See, look, PR, per, and then an N. That's Prin, and then CISS. So that's Sis Princess Amy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have the Liminator actually finally decides to show up.
Hey, get Lyman up in here.
Lyman, are you there, Lyman?
Hi.
We've been doing shit without you.
I mean, that's okay.
So Lyman has been doing some bad things.
What?
No, you were sleeping, so that's fine.
Yeah, I came home and I didn't really sleep so great. It's been exhausting at work. And I laid down for like a minute. I was like, oh, I'm just going to take a load off for a minute. Night, night. Natalie's like, yo, are you doing the thing with Chris? I was like, huh? I was like, what time is it? She's like 8:54. I'm like, fuck. So,
That's
Here
okay.
I
I was here for him on time.
well, you're a better person than I.
Not really. Not really. I'm more of a sucker, I think.
A sucker.
Mhm.
Wah, wah.
Chris put on the puppy dog eyes, and I'm like, okay, Chris,
He's like my
put clothes on and come do the thing with you.
yeah. He's like my fairly unreliable partner in polymathicism.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we all have our hangups. So what we're doing, Lyman, is instead of doing all the depressing news, we're doing things that you can do at home, home while you're quarantined.
Fun things, not like things that you normally do, like have sex and have a COVID-19 boomer baby.
Is that like a thalidomide baby for this generation?
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
We'll call that generation Co-19. I don't know.
I've been preparing for a quarantine my entire life, so I got
Are we all shut-ins on this show?
Yeah.
'Cause
I didn't used to be, but then I was, then I wasn't. Now I'm back to was in the last 5 years.
well, I mean, I met people. That's why I'm a shut-in.
Yeah, I interacted with people. Now I just stay home. No, I get it. That's where I'm at.
So we were talking. Where were we at? We're at the
We
Twitch.
were at video games and board games that you can play together because of technology, cameras and microphones and stuff.
Video games. That's a thing I know a little bit about.
Yeah, he's all about that shit.
So Natalie and I play a lot of Stardew Valley on the Nintendo Switch.
Stardew Valley's so much fun. I have that game.
It's so good. I have it on.
I have it on Steam. I have it on Steam though.
That's where I had it first, but then we got the Switches, and it's her first foray into being a gamer since like the PlayStation 1 or like the SNES.
Really?
That's what I told her too.
Stardew Valley's good though because she'll
Yep.
be used to it because it's 16-bit or whatever. It's a cute little game though. I really enjoy it.
What I do know is while I'm doing this right now, she's playing her own farm, so she doesn't interrupt our farm. So
That's sweet.
it is.
One of the benefits of playing on a computer is add-ons, mods.
That's true. That is true. That is 100% true. So what did we last? What was the last thing said?
Well, we were selling me actually because I have a Twitch channel. Chris was gently trying to sell my shit for me, so that was nice of him.
Yeah, it's her username is it's down there on the screen. But since if you're listening to this in the podcast format, again, it's PRNCISSAMY on the Twitch,
Twitch,
whatever the
Twitch,
kids.
yeah, Twitch TV.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/PRNCISSAMY, who plays video games from noon to 3, noon to 1500, noon to 15 o'clock Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, we were talking about the.
Playing 7 Days to Die right now.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, you should come stream with me tomorrow.
I'll do it.
No, he won't. He's fucking lying.
Listen, you know what's gonna happen tonight? Well, see, here's the thing. Well, okay, what time do you stream again for the people that weren't paying attention?
Noon o'clock to 3 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Okay, that might be tough because as of right now, for some unknown, ungodly reason, when the rest of the world is shutting in, I am still showing up to work. So,
the life of an IT professional.
We should stream together one day, Lyman, but I'm really flexible on time. So if it's like Saturday evening or Sunday, whatever.
She's very
night
flexible.
times.
Yeah, I can do that.
And basically any night times, pretty much.
Yeah, I can do it at 3 o'clock in the morning if you really wanted.
I mean, I'm a night owl. I mean, not even talking my schedule. Yeah,
I love that game. I love 7 Days to Die. That's what I'm playing right now, and it literally scared me in real life today. So that was awesome.
So this is the only game that actually elicits a full-on 50% fear reaction from playing. I've played a lot of games. The other game I've been playing is Black Desert Online.
The only other game I've been playing is Mod and Minecraft because those are really easy games to stream.
It's true.
Really popular games to stream. People seem to be interested.
Including my 7-year-old.
Your 7-year-old should never watch my stream.
No, I know that. I make sure he watches whatever is friendly to YouTube kids.
Yeah. Never send your kids to my stream.
Seen some of the things they show kids on YouTube. I mean, I don't.
Well, the YouTube Kids is actually pretty good at
yeah, it is.
like even if there's like if you had like something that looks like a real gun in the video somehow in their algorithm, they pick it up and it gets flagged as not kid friendly.
Okay. Well,
yeah, and if you say fuck once, it's not kid friendly, even if you mark it as such.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I remember, they were doing that for. They had me do that for this channel, for my YouTube channel.
Everything that I put out there in this world is marked explicit because I can't watch my fucking language.
Oh no, fuck that shit. No.
Well, what about now? I'm gonna do this tomorrow night with some friends. Is we're gonna play Jackbox, and we're gonna use Skype or Google Hangouts or some video chat to play Jackbox games. Have you ever played
what Jackbox is, Chris?
Nope.
Here, I'll let you. I've never played them because I never caught the sales when they had them. But
I did.
Yeah, explain it to them. It's like a trivia game.
It's like a bunch of different games. It's what happens is you have the game on the TV, right, and everybody connects through their smartphone via a code. And one of the better ones is like what is this? Quip something. Anyways, it gives you a prompt, right? And then you're supposed to come up with a quip to that prompt. And then everybody votes on which is the best, and that person gets the points. And you just keep going on and on. Some of them are about lies. Some of them are about drawing pictures. There's all kinds of Jackbox games. They're a lot of fucking fun with a big group of people.
The thing that's super impressive is the fact that once you have it loaded up, like she said, it'll give you go to a website and you put in a code. And so you answer like on your smartphone as or a tablet or whatever.
Or the computer.
Yeah. But it synchronizes through a web interface for answers and stuff.
That sounds interesting. Okay.
So theoretically, you could play anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as you have the code.
And it doesn't require like button skill or button mashing. It's just it mostly requires a bit of comedic talent. That's why I don't win very often.
Why?
Well, I could be worse at it. I'm not particularly funny.
Hey, don't step on my self-deprecating humor. That's all I got. All right, just let me have it.
Well,
Just
that's I try to tell people too, but they keep
It's
telling me to have a
mine.
positive attitude, have good self-esteem.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck you.
I'm the best at being
I've
garbage.
seen me naked. I do not need
Oh.
a self-esteem.
Yeah, well, yeah, trust me, I know. I mean, for myself.
Yeah, Chris has imagined me naked many, many times, and look how
No,
happy he
I
is.
mean,
It would be a little weird if everyone just stood around and be like, "Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me."
okay, calm
Buffalo
down.
Bill ain't gonna do it.
Buffalo Bill.
Dude,
Yeah, that's a great movie. And I'm sorry, Goodbye Horses.
That
is
movie is a
amazing.
Not a
little
great movie. It's
trans-
triggering movie.
It is
It's
kinda
not. It
trans-
didn't age well, but it is. Aside from
Yeah.
that, it is a good movie.
No, that's yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's
Bum,
true.
bum, ba-da,
Well,
bum,
of course, we're not trans. Let's ask the trans person that we have on the fucking show and what she thinks about it.
It's shit.
Okay, well, there you go.
Even the movie. Oh God, you're gonna get me on a soapbox.
Okay, never mind. You don't.
Even in the movie, they're like, trans people aren't like Buffalo Bill. But nobody fucking remembers that line. No, they just concentrate it. And
Can I be honest? I didn't even realize that he was supposed to be trans.
No, he's not. He's
I know.
not supposed
Well,
to be trans. He's
to me, it
supposed
was
to be
just a
fucking
dude that
nuts.
like. To me, it was just a dude that likes to do his thing. And
He's
No,
supposed
they-
to be. He's supposed to be a serial killer with a certain kind of predilection towards. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, but no, people equate that character with trans people.
Do they
quite-
really?
Yeah,
Well,
Why?
So in the movie,
because they're hurtful, hateful people, and they don't want to change their view of the world.
no, they're garbage. But in the movie, they do say he tried to go in and get the counseling for it, but they're like, he's just crazy.
Yeah,
I don't
So
remember
makes it-
that. Maybe I just haven't seen it in a long time. What I remember most is like the fact that all the actors in it are really well written. Like
Yeah,
their
No,
parts.
I mean, I don't
It's-
think people.
It's a good movie. It's just one of the pieces of ammunition that my sperm and egg donor used against me.
Oh
child.
well, let's leave that alone then. Okay.
Well, I apologize for bringing that up. I didn't realize.
You didn't know?
Well, no, but I mean, I also, I don't know. It just doesn't occur to me to even look at it that way. You know.
Yes. Well, we can't all be good-looking straight people with really hot wives.
That would be you, Lyman.
Oh, I thought it was you and the cats.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't have a wife, unless you.
I don't either. I wouldn't mind a husband and a wife. Actually, that would be a perfect relationship.
I'll pass on. One is enough. Please. One is enough.
I don't get poly, but that's a whole different story.
I
mean,
do.
I get it, but I couldn't. That's just a lot for me to deal with.
It's just like a regular monogamous relationship, just maybe squared.
Yeah, but it's-
You have to communicate a lot more. You have to be honest about your feelings to yourself a lot more. It's really not that hard to do. I kind of quite enjoy it.
I think for me, I don't like being around a ton of people, so it would be highly unlikely that I could deal with more than one person. The fact that I found one I like to hang around with this much and forever is remarkable, really.
That's true, but that's a tangent. We were talking about fun things to do indoors.
You could bake. That's been happening a lot here.
Oh, that sounds good. The only problem with baking is you have to go to the store and maybe get the ingredients.
Well, we stocked up.
And that's good.
Natalie's a habitual baker.
No, that's good. Chris just died. Wow.
That's
We
okay.
killed him. We killed him by talking about video games. He's not here. Let's talk about him.
I know. Okay, so I've been trying to get Chris to play games because before this laptop that he uses, he was like, "I need to get a new laptop," and I kind of like did some consulting for him on that, and he got this one, and it is a nice laptop. He could absolutely play games on it, but I don't think
He
does.
should.
I don't think he
I don't
does.
think he has any interest in. I don't know why. I love playing video games.
I don't like playing single player games. I only play multiplayer,
No.
which is really interesting considering I like being by myself.
Yeah. No, I totally with it with playing video games with other people online, because generally, you either commiserate beforehand as being, loners in this world and lonely gamers, and he's social. Oh, damn it, he's back. Shh.
I don't know what's going on with the fucking.
And that is how you make the perfect Irish soda bread.
Yeah, I'm sure it's exactly what you're talking. That's fine. That's fine.
We were conspiring
Video
on
game-
how to get you to play video games.
That's exactly what we were doing.
That is the
You
truth.
do realize I can go back and watch this, right?
Yeah,
I hope you do.
realize-
Then our message will get there twice.
Okay.
And if you have to edit it, maybe more than twice.
Well, I don't care. I don't ever edit anything anymore. That's your deal. I did that in the beginning. It's just a pain in the ass.
I edit everything, except for the
know.
stuff that I do live. It's really hard to edit live.
You don't edit anything. Like if right now, like we just had a big static blowout for some unknown reason, you wouldn't cut that.
Stuff
Come on.
What if I
like that.
What if I flashed you? Like totally went top off.
Now you're gonna demonetize us. God, all of our money.
Yeah. No,
I already sung a copyrighted song earlier, so that ship has already sailed.
I don't know. Does that work if you sing it?
No, it
Yes.
doesn't.
Yes,
No.
it does.
If you suck at it, then they can't catch it.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
If they can't recognize what it is,
If you suck so bad, they have no idea what you're singing. Yeah.
Not even the
that's
algorithm.
that applies to me too, though. To be fair, I mean,
This is true, actually. If you're close enough to the original and you're just singing it, yes, they pick it up and they can demonetize you. But if you're like me and you suck it up enough, they don't.
okay. So I'm going to have to do Facebook karaoke without any background vocals, or no, the music is so low that, God, but that means I got to sing shitty, and my angel voice is just so hard to, to disguise.
you need the music, man. You know what? Get the MIDI version of it. That ding 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 ding, 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 and then they'll never get it.
Jesus.
They'll never catch you. Gadget.
That would be fucking awesome.
There's got to be some sort of something that you can, like it's licensed like a regular karaoke.
Yeah, you have to license. Well, I mean, Twitch has Twitch Sings, which is licensed, so they have a
It's
specific.
batches of stuff. It's like a big library of stuff that
Yeah,
anybody
but-
on there can use.
Yeah, but you have to go to Twitch to do it. So I don't know. I'll see.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Move with the times, old man.
Okay, keep fucking around, Amy. Keep fucking around.
What are you gonna do? Drive here? Drive to Minnesota?
Fuck
risk
you.
risk
I'm-
the zombie apocalypse just to slap you?
I'm rolling dough now. I can fly.
You'd be the only person on the plane. That would be awesome.
I'll use some of Lyman's miles.
So, yeah, I got some. I rack up the miles.
I would love that. Would be kind of. I mean, Minnesota, not in the winter.
It's
I'll
nice
tell
right
you
now.
that. Oh, what's your definition of nice? That's the question.
It's about 40 degrees.
No, try again.
It's
Try
about
again.
it's been about between 2 and 7, maybe 10 C.
What?
I'm gonna have to need you to speak American.
Yeah, don't know what she said.
Okay, so the thing about it is I do Twitch during the day, which means a lot of my audience is international. So I've had to learn how to talk in meters and Celsius, because I'll be like, "Oh my god, it's 42 degrees outside," and they're like, "We don't know what the fuck that means. I'm in Belgium. We use like real temperature," and I'm like, "Ah."
They're like, so you're halfway to melting steel. Great.
Yeah, right. 40 degrees is hot in Celsius. Yeah, no, it's been about around the early 40s.
I know one thing about Celsius, that 0 is freezing.
Yep, 0 is where water freezes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing any American knows, because that's all you need to fucking know.
If you get down to about, I think, minus 20 or minus 25 and below, it's the same in Celsius and Fahrenheit, basically.
Oh, it kind of
Does it
evens itself
matter
out.
at that
Yeah.
point? I mean,
Yeah. No, it really doesn't, right?
it's
mean-
fucking cold.
Yeah.
It should just start going. It should just say cold as
Cold.
fuck.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
that's right. If Americans designed a temperature system right now, it would just be warm, hot as a motherfucker, cold, colder, freezing, cold as a motherfucker, stay inside. That would be the whole temperature gradient. We wouldn't have any numbers because numbers are hard.
They are.
they really are. That can be very hard.
They tend to move around and stuff.
Funny how
Mhm.
that works. All right, Lyman. Is there anything else you do?
What
See,
do
but
I
you
do?
have Rugrats, so
Only
Oh,
part of the time.
Those are called disease carriers, not rugrats.
Or
Plague
Tomato,
rats.
tomato.
I think the technical term is host.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, let's see. So when we don't have them, we watch a lot of Netflix and Hulu. That happens.
You're as boring as I am. Shit.
Well, we used to try different places to eat, but now, if you're lucky, they have curbside takeout at most.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't at that point, unless I'm super lazy. I wonder if is like DoorDash and Grubhub and stuff like that still doing stuff.
Yeah.
They have to my house lately.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I've never ordered
So-
anything from those.
Well,
I love.
well, there's an option I saw recently. I can't remember. Is it Postmates, where they could leave it? They'll leave it at your door,
Mhm.
as opposed to, knocking and whatever. So you're not. They're not. If you're like quarantined, they're not exposed to your germs or some shit. I guess.
I just answer the door. I'm not sick, but I answer the door coughing anyways, like open mouth, just right at them coughing.
Is that the tip?
Oh, no. That is a sort of tip.
Here's your tip: get a real fucking job. That's mean. It is a real job. I'm sorry, drivers. I'm sorry. I
was
depend
gonna
on you.
say,
I depend. It was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
you
Don't.
classist motherfucker.
I'm a classist bitch.
You
I'm
could.
white. What do you expect?
New York Public Library is allowing people to download.
Yeah.
I think it was like 300,000 different books out of their collection.
Yeah,
We were-
we were trying to think of that earlier, but yeah.
Well, my argument was you could do that before with torrents if you really wanted to.
But now it's
That's
all
nice.
guaranteed, like high quality, like nice.
Yeah, you're not going to get porn by accident when you're looking for Pride and Prejudice.
I'm not opposed to that, actually. And there actually might be a porn version of Pride and
I
Prejudice.
promise you, there
what
is.
would
I'm
be the-
sure.
Well, I want to know, Chris, what would the name of your porn version of Pride and Prejudice, what would be the title? Because they have like Edward Scissorhands, but they have Edward Dick Hands, stuff like that.
Prick,
Edward Penis Hands.
Yeah, Edward
Prick
Penis Hands.
and
No, it's not working already. Try again. Prick is
all
too,
right.
it has too many negative connotations. It's not going to draw in that masturbatory audience that you need. Oh shit, flower.
What was the word? What?
Pride and Prejudice.
No, but what kind of audience?
The masturbatory audience.
Wait a minute. I mean, isn't like I saw somewhere that like some of the top two searches are like
Step
MILF and like step whatever.
Stepsister, stepmom.
So like I don't think
Stepbrother.
they're exactly literary scholars. Like, I judge a book by its cover.
That would be a good niche, though. Porn niche.
Yeah.
Come on.
So just whatever your title would be, just put step in front of it.
Though that's a
so-
thing. That's a
yeah.
meme. It's to the point now where it's a meme. Like,
Yeah, just do like, step bride and Dickitus. I don't know.
I'm sorry. What was the last one again?
Dickitus. It's a name I made up.
Dickitus.
Dickitus. Yes.
Wasn't that the leader of like some Roman military?
Yeah, he didn't like dicks. So.
No, it sounds like Monty Python and Life of Brian. If you ever seen that.
Long
Biggest
time ago.
Dickus. The biggest Dickus.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very bad boy. Bad. Brian, get in here.
Let's see.
Beautiful movie.
Oh, if you play an instrument, you could play your instrument in quarantine.
No,
If you're anywhere besides the United States, you can go onto your porch and people will join in. But apparently, the Americans been trying this where they're quarantined in their neighborhoods or in their apartment buildings, and people are just shouting out the window for them to shut the fuck up. So
because they suck. I mean,
Well, there could be that, but also like that destroys the point of a quarantine if you're having a hoedown on your porch.
yeah, but you're everybody's on their porch. You're not.
Oh, you mean like an apartment complex or something?
Yeah, you're on your porch.
Yeah.
They're on their porch. You're not touching. You're not in contact.
yeah, it's
I mean, it's
we
true.
are so.
Garbage. is
We're
the
just
word
a
you're
garbage
searching for.
country. We got nothing. We got all these immigrants, and we're not taking any of the good shit from the immigrants, right?
You mean like ethics, morals,
Nothing. No
work ethic,
music.
no
Friendliness.
friendliness, neighborly attitudes?
We eat the food and shit.
No, we Americanize that food. We do
Well,
not
yeah.
eat ethnic food.
Well,
It
Look
depends
what
on where you go.
Look what we did to the taco. I mean,
go to a taco truck here. It's pretty.
well, yeah, you can go to a taco truck, and hopefully, like the people who own the taco truck are actually Latinx, and they can really make a taco. But you also have Taco Bell, like that
Oh
exists.
no! But if somebody came up to me and said Taco Bell's Mexican, I'd probably punch him in the face, and I'd go to jail.
People say it. I was going like, oh, I'm craving Mexican, and somebody at work was like, my last job because I'm unemployed, was like, go to Taco Bell or Chipotle, and I'm like, no, I said Mexican.
That's not even. That is Tex-Mex at the
Not even. It's
broadly.
It's appropriated Mexican food.
In Arizona, you can get legit Mexican food.
Oh, in the West, you can get such good.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing that Arizona has that I miss. But actually, there's a lot of taco trucks. There's a lot of Salvadoran food here in Maryland, and there's a lot of different taco stuff. But there's a new taco truck, well, I should say Mexican food truck that opened up, and I was very happy that I either have to point to stuff or exercise my 8th and 9th grade Spanish to order.
No, well, they do that here. So Nashville is pretty decent. When I say I can't understand the fuck they're saying.
Minnesota has, so far in the Twin Cities, I've found 2 places that have decent Mexican food. That's it. That's all.
Well,
I don't think that there's like one good Mexican restaurant here that's like, because they're people that moved here from Mexico. They're like, they've probably been here. I think they said that restaurant's been open for like 15 years or something like that. So that's about when they got here.
Yeah,
and it's super good.
We stumbled upon a mercado when I was looking for my salsa, because you can't buy it at a grocery store. You have to go to a mercado. And they had a deli attached. And I'm like, ooh, let's go check it out. They might actually have like good Mexican food. And like the cashier didn't even speak English. I was like, oh, I'm home. I'm home. So tortas, por favor. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a place they have Dominican here.
There's Puerto Rican, there's Ethiopian, there's all kinds of really interesting food here.
Yeah.
Ethiopian is really good, by the way.
I've only had it once. I had it in DC after we went and saw a concert.
Yeah,
I wasn't impressed.
Well, you're dumb.
Really? Is that what we're going? You're dumb. You're a dumbhead.
Your mom.
There's really good Indian food here, and there's good Asian food here, like Chinese, Japanese, and stuff like that. Better than Arizona.
Yeah, well, the only thing that I haven't found better that the sushi here is okay, but the sushi in Seattle was a lot better because it was by the ocean,
Yeah, Maryland's got really good sushi.
So
DC, Maryland area.
I'm a little scared to buy raw fish in the middle of the country, but
you know what? if I found stuff that was good in Arizona in the middle of the fucking landlocked desert, then you're probably okay.
Yeah, no, I found some decent sushi. Yeah, I found everything good from just about every other ethnicity, and some I wasn't aware of. There was a like a Russian tea house. It's like, wow, I want to try that.
A Russian tea house.
Yeah, like you actually go in and order borscht, but they closed lack of business. So
there's a surprising like Russian Ukrainian population here. So there's different restaurants and stuff that I haven't gone to yet, but there's like a specific area that just has a bunch of them. Speaking of which, one thing you could do is cook and learn to cook.
Learn to cook something new.
Yeah.
If you have a certain repertoire of dishes, maybe cook something that's outside of your repertoire. Learn it. I mean, there's so many programs, even free programs, to make Indian dishes, these other different cultural dishes on YouTube and whatever from those people. You could do that as well. Learn how to make a good curry instead of what you get at the frozen section.
It's not that hard.
Curry's pretty easy. It's designed to be easy, and it's good.
I
Mm.
wouldn't know.
You could do it.
No.
I
Well,
believe in
maybe.
you.
That would.
I believe in you too, Chris.
That's 2 against 1.
At least somebody does. When it comes to cooking,
Not so much.
no, pasta's about my limit of my.
What's the thing that you make the best? It doesn't have to be fancy. It literally could just be the thing. Well, what's the thing you like that you make?
I like fucking bacon. I like rigatoni with Italian sausage and
I'm into that.
meat. And
I did
What
corned
about-
beef and cabbage last night for the kids.
Oh, that sounds good. Oh, that sounds really good.
Did you just make a cat pee face at corned beef?
Corned beef is good.
Actually, corned beef, I don't mind. No, wait a minute. You made that just because it was St. Patrick's Day. You know that shit came to Americans started that shit, right?
Irish
Wait.
Americans, but
Well, okay.
Well,
Irish
yeah,
American.
but I make it just because I always had it made for me for my birthday.
Well, you do look like a leprechaun, so I guess,
You gotta.
Eee, don't steal my cookie charms.
They're gone a long time
that
ago.
was horrible.
That was your marbles. Well, answer your own question, dude.
Me?
Yeah.
Let's see. I like to grill stuff, but that's a cop out.
That's
He
a dude
does.
answer. That's a Kyle bro answer.
Oh, what do I like to
whoa.
make?
Wow, that's an insult. Kyle, bro.
Creme brulee. I like making
Whoa.
that.
That's not an easy thing to make.
And what is it? Oh God, chicken marsala.
Not bad.
That cooking is the thing that I like to do right next to video games and music. So
I wish I had a broader sense and better knife work, but yeah.
and I don't really even worry about that. Like everyone's like so worried about form, but in the end, as long as it's cut and it's done right and you didn't hurt yourself and everyone else likes it, you're doing pretty well. Yeah.
It's just the speed. I watch these chefs do their knife work and they're moving so fucking fast, and I'm like,
Well, that's like me comparing typing skills to somebody that casually sits at a computer versus somebody who does it for a living. Like that's
I know.
the difference.
I'm just
But,
jealous. I'm jealous.
I mean,
Should be.
I think like vegetable curries are probably the best thing that I can cook. Like vegetarian curries, not like a chicken or beef, but a vegetarian curry.
yeah, I think the last thing I actually like made was chicken marsala, and I make a really good turkey meatloaf. Like, yeah, you would never know it's turkey. I promise you.
Okay, well, I'll let that go.
Let's put it this way: Natalie likes food, and she told me I think it's the number 1 thing or the number 2 thing out of all the things that we make at home.
Chris, you could cook your white rice in a half beer, half water mixture, especially the beers that you and I like, and it really adds an earthy, nutty flavor to your rice.
Well, it's funny. Lyman already did something like that, except he stole my goddamn beer.
Goddamn right I did.
He
Just half a cup of rice, 6 ounces of beer, 6 ounces of water, boil, done.
I used it for kielbasa and sauerkraut.
Kielbasa and sauerkraut's really good.
It's super easy too. It's like it doesn't get any easier.
It's farm food. It's poor people food. It's soul food.
You know what? And I had pierogies in it too.
Polish soul food.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like kielbasa.
Yeah, no, he stole my old Rasputin.
It was on accident, but I was
Very
like,
painful, very painful.
I know. Thanks for bringing. Thanks for talking about beer. You just ripped that wound right open.
Very painful, very painful.
I can't drink right now, so that's awesome.
Well,
Let's talk more about booze.
Can.
No, it would be. Oh, it hurts so much.
Oh, I mean, no. You're right. I'm just.
Just like cut your hand open and then pour like vodka on it. That's what it'd be like.
I can do that.
Is this something that I should ask why or not so much?
Ulcer in the tummy.
Oh, Does it
Well,
burn like that?
Ulcer.
No, it doesn't burn. It stings. It feels like a if you take a ice pick and just kind of stick it near the duodenum and turn.
Oh God.
That's
Okay,
what it
now,
feels
wait a
like.
minute. Who's going around sticking fucking ice picks in duodenums?
Who keeps ice picks around anyway these days?
I think you're missing it.
You guys went a really strange direction with my description, but thanks. Yeah.
I think you're missing the point. It's painful.
I see what you did. Ice pick point.
But
It.
it's an open
Got it.
source. So if you drink booze, then you're pouring alcohol.
But like
on
if you poured like vodka or rubbing alcohol or a lemon on like a
I
cut
don't
or something,
think
it hurts
that's
like
how
that.
Works though.
Well,
don't think that's how
actually,
it works.
Yeah, that's just the best simile I
It's
could
the
come up with.
stomach acid that does it. It's not that.
Is it more like? Have you ever eaten something that's so insanely hot that like it feels like charcoal in your stomach?
Yeah, that's probably a better one. Yeah,
Is it kind of like that?
yeah. It's a sharp, constant pain.
Yeah. I probably that would explain a period of my life, perhaps. Anyway.
To be fair, I wasn't officially diagnosed. It could be a gallbladder or even something else, like autoimmune disease with the guts, the twisty parts. What are the twisty parts?
Intestines.
That's it. That's the twisty part.
Okay. Get off WebMD. Get off WebMD because you're going to make yourself think you have cancer.
No, I did not go on WebMD. I never go on.
I bet anybody who watches this didn't anticipate getting a full medical dissertation on the twisty things.
I forget words. I forget simple words. I once had to call the ground outside the outside floor because I couldn't remember the word ground.
That's what drugs do to you, man.
No, that's what PTSD does to you. It's a thing. Fuck you.
Well, now she's trying to make me feel bad.
You should feel bad for me. My life sucks. I want a hug. Virtual hug. You have COVID-19.
Oh, my arm. My shoulder's still fucked up.
I'm full on convinced I'm going to get it.
You get one arm. Wait a minute. You can't see it really. But
Okay.
Oh, wait. You moved it.
No, that's the wrong arm.
Oh, that's because it's mirrored.
Yeah.
You still moved it. Last time I saw you, you couldn't even do that.
Oh, I can move it. It's just.
Well, no. Last time I saw your arm was right after your surgery. You weren't moving nothing.
Oh, don't hurt yourself.
Well, I'm not. I know my limits, sort of.
So, how have you noticed progress since you started the PT?
Yeah, there's progress. It's just. Really
I'm so excited.
It just sucks.
Yeah, it's fucking working, but I have to do stuff.
No, it's just fucking.
PT blows.
Slow.
Yeah, I had after my last accident, I had to do 8 weeks of PT.
Oh, it's
think
gonna
I-
be like 3
When I
months.
had a truck hit me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? A truck hit you? Oh.
Yeah, a rollback tow truck.
Oh wait, you told me this. That's right.
Yeah, I told you this story. I was standing behind my delivery vehicle, and the owner of the shop was moving his rollback tow truck. It slid on ice, slid down the hill, and then hit the back of the van and me.
That's fun.
So it was like on a thing like that, and
Yeah, I was. See, so there's the hill, right? Wait, hold on. Okay, there's the hill, and I was parked parallel, right, like this. He's trying to back up the hill, and the back tires came loose, and he just slid right into my vehicle. And I was standing behind the vehicle, so the vehicle hit me, and I flew about 6 feet.
how fast was it going? Because obviously it's heavy, so it doesn't have to be
not very fast. Maybe 5-6 miles an hour.
It's just heavy as fuck.
Very. It's a rollback. I don't know if you know what a rollback is, but just in case somebody out there in internet world, like Chris's other 2 viewers, don't know, it's the kind of tow truck where the whole bed comes down and flips up, and the car gets pulled up onto it, and then
onto the whole, it's not the ones that just prop up like that and then go like that. It's the ones that put it up on the bed and then.
Yeah, exactly. That's a rollback.
Those are hella heavy.
They're very heavy. You actually have to have a commercial license to drive them, so they're not like a little vehicle. Yeah, it was great. It was a good day. Got hit by a truck.
I think we might be. Oh, Chris. Oh, there's Chris. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, I had to do PT a couple times for nothing as bad as either of yours. I I got clubbed in the kneecap.
Nice.
Wow,
Who's-
that's
What bookie did you mine?
No,
gonna say.
none. Wink.
So-
Wink, wink. I don't engage in such illegal activities. Wink, wink.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
His
Um,
are of an IT type.
But
He's
the
a hacker type.
but then I got I didn't finish the PT, and then I think it was 15 years later when I went to France, I walked around. I think I walked like 30 miles in the period of time I was there, and my knee just like swelled the fuck up so bad. Like I had no kneecap. I was like gimping around. Fun fact, I was like, oh, I need to go to the doctor. I can't afford a doctor. I didn't realize that they had universal health care there when I had gone. And I could have.
You benefit from it because you're in the country.
Yeah, like if you're there, they're just like, okay, you're hurt, you're sick, we'll see you.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, I didn't do that, and I came back to the United States and spent like $12,000. Yeah, would have been cheaper to stay there, have a longer vacation, and still go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Lyman.
I had PT for my knee as well. Once upon a time, I was working at the gold mine, and I fell off a 4 or 5 foot stairwell.
Are you talking about literal gold mine?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah. Literal gold mine.
I was like, we don't know
That's
that local
interesting.
bar.
No, I was
Or
a
strip
laborer.
joint.
I was a laborer.
Tell us about the gold mine, because I know I always hear about copper mines and coal mines, but
copper mines and gold mines have a very similar approach to removing ore from the ground and processing it, mostly open pit mining and things like that, and underground tunnels and stuff like that. I wasn't a miner. Now, miners are the people who actually go underground and get the gold, get the ore out of the ground and put it on the conveyor. I worked in the mill and then later on the leach pads.
so like refining.
Yeah, I worked in I didn't work in the refinery. I worked in the mill. Yeah, mill, carbon handling, refinery. So I'll get there. So where I worked, the ore would come from the pit or the mine, right? Would come up, and our mill was a wet mill, which means it used a giant machine full of metal balls to crush and make the ore liquidized, right? And that would go from the crusher into these tanks where dilute cyanide solution and a couple other chemicals were added that would dissolve everything but the gold. And then from there, it goes to carbon handling, where carbon is added, where the gold attaches to the carbon, and then goes to the refinery where they melt it and turn it into gold bars. In short, it's much more complicated than that.
Yeah. The so with the heavy, I'm guessing like almost like big ball bearings or steel.
Oh, they're about half the size of a baseball or a bowling ball.
And they're like they look like almost like cast iron, or like they're real heavy.
They're steel, yeah.
Is it basically like a rock tumbler, so to speak?
Yeah, that's what you could imagine.
Except instead of grit, it's got giant bearings, like little cannonballs that go around.
Yeah. It's very noisy.
I can imagine. I'm spending my days mostly in a granite and marble fabricate, like countertop walls, that sort of place, like fabricating those, doing their IT stuff.
Yeah, it was big balls. It was a fairly dangerous job. I got hurt twice. Both times were not my fault. I was walking up a catwalk and down, and maintenance crew had left a black pipe. So like the stairs are like this. They had left a black pipe across the stairs, but you couldn't see it because it was just one of those little PVC pipes. So I started to go down the stairs and went and fell. And that's the metal grate that's got like the little pokies to give you traction, even in bad weather, like honeycomb.
Yeah.
So I landed on that knee first, right knee first, after about a 3-foot fall.
Yikes.
My knee was huge. I had to do PT then too. And then later, my second injury was I got thrown off a bridge.
I'm sorry?
I got thrown off a bridge.
You got thrown off.
Sorry about that, by the way.
On purpose?
No, I wasn't on purpose. It was me listening to somebody else because they were, I've been doing this for 25 years. Okay.
I'm sorry.
They've been throwing people off bridges for 25 years?
I'm missing
No, they've been doing mining and maintenance.
Let's start. Oh, okay. So it was a bridge, like a catwalk?
No, like a bridge across a waterway. Not like a car bridge, but one that is about 4 feet wide.
Like two people?
Yeah,
Width?
2 or 3 people breadth, and it was about 20 to 25 feet across the spillway, and about 6 or 7 feet in the air.
So how does one get well, I have so many questions. Number one, how did you get thrown off of that one? Number two, something that people just casually cross, or is it something you're supposed to be tied off on? And
Well,
three, why?
The answer to that is yes and yes. So what a leach pad is a giant pile of low grade ore where a dilute cyanide solution is dripped on the top, and it comes down, and it comes down into these. Yeah, it's
Jesus. Okay, sorry.
It's cool stuff. I used to play with cyanide, hydrochloric acid, Carol's acid, 70% the stuff that you put on your wounds.
Hydrogen peroxide. That's corrosive as fuck.
It will start fires on contact. My first day there, the truck driver who delivers the peroxide, he like put one of those leather work gloves, the gray leather work gloves, on the ground and poured some of it on there, and it just caught fire, dried out. It's awesome.
And for anybody that doesn't know, the stuff you put on your wounds is at most 3%.
Yeah, it's usually 1 to 2%.
Yeah, you have to look for the 3% if you want it.
So it comes down these big, basically riverways from the bottom of the leach pad. They have this really thick, like kind of rubber plasticky liner underneath this giant mountain. So all the fluid is caught and catched because it's pregnant. It's got ore in it. That's the vernacular for solution or that has gold in it is pregnant. And
if it's got the shinies, it's pregnant.
And then if it doesn't, it's barren. So you had barren solutions, pregnant solutions.
That's an unfortunate terminology. But
yeah, well,
consider the times when all this came about. It became normal.
Yeah, when I was doing this, it was at least 1820. But so they have this. Go ahead. What was that, Larry?
Noob.
So what does happen though is eventually, these lining wears out, and to go into a catch pond, they would have they would have a split, a fork, and they would change the flow on this fork every once in a while to replace
like a train track.
Right.
But
water and a deep, and a little river. And the bridge goes across it, and we were sent down there because I was in charge, which was a word that my foreman used to make me feel better, in charge of the summer hires, which were temporary summer hires from colleges around.
Interns.
They're summer hires because they got paid.
Interns.
They were not. Yeah, they were paid interns, though. They got paid well.
Did they?
Yeah, they got paid well, $22, $23 an hour to go towards their education, and they did shit jobs though. And I was in charge of them. So, me and my laborers, my summer crew, my interns, we go down there and we're charged with bringing the flap up against the flow of that water. And we were having issue doing that, even though there was five or six. There were 6 of us.
You have to manually do it?
Yeah, they didn't have a better way of doing it. Here's where it comes in. I'm like, I tell the maintenance foreman, I'm like, why the fuck don't you just use the backhoe? And they're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bullshit. Okay, we'll do this the hard way. And that particular individual is like, just wrap it around the railing for the bridge, and then you pull, and then it'll tighten, and it becomes a pulley, right? Makes total sense.
Yeah, but it also matters how strong and heavy, and physics.
Well, that's what I said, and he's like, no, it'll be fine. And I'm like, all right, you're the boss. And I've been doing this for 20 years. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Sir, you've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, it's just like sex. Just ask your wife.
Oh, hello.
And trust me, most of these guys' wives had never had an orgasm. They think it's fake. So the bridge, what I didn't know, and what actually the foreman and the other maintenance people thought, was that it was either anchored by dirt in the ground or anchored physically by something like poles, bolts, or anything. So it was anchored to the ground, which it wasn't. So when we had 4 lines pulling this piece of liner, and we started to get real pressure from that very fast flowing water, the bridge went whoop, and we got catapulted into the solution, into the pregnant solution in the pregnant river. And
You don't have cancer or something? You didn't turn into like Toxic Avenger?
I actually didn't. It's not that corrosive. I actually didn't hit the solution. I hit the sidewall of this whole river embankment, the sidewall that was compacted with giant steamrollers, that felt a little like concrete when I hit it with my shoulder and my neck right here. And each of us went about 10 feet from the bridge when we got catapulted.
You've been beaten up. Jesus Christ, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a man, but yeah, I've been beaten up.
Shit. Yeah.
Dude. Guy. Comrade,
yeah, that's what we're supposed to
I gave you 40 fucking words for it. But
That's right.
Homie works too.
Homie. Yeah.
Okay, what century
works
again?
1825.
Yeah.
I thought we were 1820. Let's go
around then. We didn't have calendars. Yeah, that was a bad day. And I still it was deemed not my fault. It was not deemed operations fault. It was went on maintenance. And I still had to take a piss test for that.
Should have been deemed the asshole that thought it was a good idea to put pressure and weight on something that wasn't supposed to have that.
Mm-hmm. That's whose fault it was. I didn't.
This supports people. I know what to do. Water pressure and heavy gates. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
Brilliant.
It was awesome. I lost my temper when I got up off the ground and realized I did a quick check to see if I was okay. And then I looked over and I saw that particular person who was in charge of what we were doing. And my hard hat was still on. And I removed my head protection device and decided that it would make a great Frisbee at that dude's fucking head. I missed.
I was going to say 10 points otherwise.
I did miss, but I did look at him and I did take my head off and I just threw it at him. It was all, I lost my temper. Imagine a ginger losing their temper.
Imagine anybody losing their temper after some asshole just told them to do the wrong thing. And Chris went night-night again. I think his internet's going in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a bunch of fun accidents.
Yeah.
I was an EMT on that mine site too, so.
Probably slightly safer than winching something like a pulley on a bridge.
Oh, I mean, it was so far. There's, between 20 to 30. There's not that many. Probably 15 to 2,500 people on mine site because it's a huge facility at a time, and it's 40 miles away from the nearest hospital. So we had on-site ambulance crews.
And I'm assuming air evac if it was bad enough.
Yeah, my very first call, we did a helicopter and air evac. I was the first. It was my first call. I was the first to respond. I was the first on scene, which meant I was in control of the situation until the helicopter landed and we transferred that patient off to the next medics or nurses. It was everybody's looking at me like. Like I just started bossing people around, and then I got an award for exemplary service under pressure.
Damn, you just
I don't like the idea of a helicopter. They got no contingency plan. It's true.
Life is full of contingency plans, Lyman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, gravity is a hell of a drug.
Well,
We tried that earlier.
The better thing about a helicopter versus a fixed wing aircraft when it comes to gravity, though, is a helicopter will naturally the rotors will counter rotate and it will ease the fall.
Which you're still probably going to die most of the time.
Well, yeah, the patient will probably die, but the nurses and the pilots have a higher chance of surviving.
That's
Whereas
what's important. Really.
whereas a fixed wing aircraft is going to either just plummet at terminal velocity or just blow up.
Yeah, you have to work pretty
Yeah.
hard to do that with a fixed
I feel
wing,
like
though.
we've
They
learned a
glide.
lot about Amy today that I didn't know previously.
I mean, I could tell you that about the time I got a gun pulled on me, a couple knives.
Okay, well, we'll save that for another.
These are all things that you don't want to do with your quarantine time.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
I mean, you could listen to us tell stories and bullshit about video games and stuff like that. That's good entertainment for your quarantine time. Yeah, my life has been interesting in some really shitty ways, though.
well, we're gonna have you back on for that. Now that I know that, I think I'm gonna have you on for that. But we're already an hour and a half. I wanted to stay on at least long enough for Lyman to fucking shoot his fucking mouth off.
Blah blah blah. I'm good at it.
But last impression. What's your favorite quarantine thing to do? Lyman, go.
I think I listed them as my only ideas.
Just
Right
give
now,
me-
fine. Right now, it's gonna be binge watching streaming television and playing video games.
Streaming, cats. You, Amy, go.
It's my normal thing. It's what I do to try to make money is streaming and playing video games. So play video games and take naps.
All right, and your Twitch is Princess Amy, PRNCISS Amy on Twitch.
All one word.
Yes.
All one word.
Yep.
Lyman, you're just an asshole. So
Yep.
You are on Twitter though.
I am.
Aren't you? At Lyman_Smith or something like that.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
And I do the podcast too. Don't forget that.
Oh yes. Amy is on the Ginger Snaps.
We just barely passed 100 episodes.
Really? Well, you're already almost to me. Shit.
Yeah, we're on
What's that
105 now.
Yeah.
We
That's
gotta make
good.
content, sir.
Well, I took a little of a hiatus because I had some issues with people being dicks to me. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, Amy, thanks for coming on and kind of filling in. What?
Anytime.
And Lyman, thanks for deigning to join us. I know
You're
you're a
welcome.
busy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
It's
stuff,
gonna
man.
get better soon. I think I'm
That's
gonna
what he
get pulled
said.
off this assignment.
That's what he said a month ago. But anyway,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's when it was supposed to end. No, but it's
Yeah.
coming.
Hold off.
That's fine. We'll all be dead.
Nope, Chris died.
The irony is like we're all gonna be dead silence.
Yep. Chris just internet died again.
Anyhow,
And that's his outro too. Damn.
should we just let it die here? Should I kill it,
Mhm.
or should we let him come back?
We'll let him come back. I mean, it's his outro. We shouldn't really step on his dick, should we?
No, let's give him 3 days to Jesus it up and come back and finish his thoughts.
It's close to Easter.
It
Maybe
is.
maybe he'll be resurrected.
Maybe
Come back as a lich.
Maybe he's the Messiah.
Somebody on my one of the only person on my Twitch that I regularly play with that doesn't have 7 days to die just bought it because it's on sale at the Steam store for 60% off. So it's $8.49 right now.
It's 100% worth the $8.
Yes, it is. Do not buy it on console. Do not buy it on console. Do not buy it on console.
Unless that's all you got, or is
No.
it that bad?
Don't.
You better close us out before fucking my
The fun
shit.
pips aren't up
He
yet.
has risen.
It's just like Jesus.
Mhm.
He is the Messiah.
No.
We're
Okay, so
Thanks for coming.
thanks, Amy. Lyman, fuck you.
That's appropriate.
All right, well, we'll sign off. Until next time, y'all take it easy.
Love you. Bye.
He froze again.
Okay, the problem is, Lyman, the Fun Pimps are not updating the console version. So right now on the PC, we're on Alpha 18, almost Alpha 19. The console is stuck on Alpha 15, and they're not going to update it.
15?
15.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's way out of date. They're not going to support it. They're not going to update it. So
That's dirty. They shouldn't have put it out there if they weren't going to keep it up.
Yeah, it's a big law. It's because they actually had sold the license for the console version to another place that went out of business,
Oh,
and they just barely got the rights back, and they don't have the labor or money to support the console version.
I wonder what it would take to just bump it all. Like, what it would take to like delegate a group off after Alpha 19 had all their time to just basically not incrementally get it up, just skip it ahead.
They said we might they might update it when they're out of alpha, when they're